Hi, thanks for joining us at Courtside Coach Adam Coleman, head coach for Sulphur Boys basketball team. I'm Kevin Jurnett. Thanks for joining us, Coach.
Thanks for having us, Caden.
The team traveled to the #1 team in the state last Friday night. How did the team do?
Yeah, we played really well defensively, Caden. We took a lot of things from that game that's going to help us during our playoff run, we believe. But unfortunately, Friday night's game came to the learn column for us. We played with the #1 team in the state, as you had mentioned. Defensively, I thought our game plan was really good. The boys executed it really well. We held New Iberia to their lowest point total of the entire season. And so some of the things, positive things we're taking from that game is we know we can defend anybody in the state. We held them to a low enough point total for us to give ourselves a chance to win the game. We struggled scoring the basketball, but we're just putting that game into our bag of experiences. We learned some things from that game that we know we need to improve on, and our guys went straight to work with it when we got back. We have shot the ball better since that night, and so there's a lot of things, like I said, that we have taken from that game that's going to help us improve throughout this playoff run that we're going to be making. And so not all was lost. That was a great experience for our guys, and was a very hard-fought game.
That was an exciting game against South Beauregard. Was the team able to bounce back?
We did. So the very next day, we knew when we scheduled this we were going to have traveled to the #1 team in the state in New Iberia, and then the very following day play a very talented, well-coached South Beauregard team. And our guys did a great job, just as they've done all year long, of bouncing back. And we were able to get a win against South Beauregard. We came out a little bit sluggish, as expected, but the guys do what they typically do. They find winning plays down the stretch of the game. And so in the long run, this game is going to end up being very beneficial for us come power ranking time, seeding into the playoffs. South Beauregard has over 20 wins, and for us to go get a win against a team of that caliber is going to be very beneficial for us. And so we've got a few highlights from that particular game. So our highlights from the South Beauregard basketball game, we opened up, like I said, not quite as active as what we'd like to be defensively against these guys, but we were able to get some finishes, as you see Ian Malone with a nice spin move into a finish there. Zachary again with the same move, moving. So we were able to outscore South Beauregard in the lane by over 20 points. We had a little over 30 points in the paint to their 10. And so for us to establish our inside presence was a big deal for us. Dwayne Delger's got us going there defensively with a defense into offensive play right there as he gets into the passing lane and turns it into 2 points for us on the other end. Guys did a great job of blocking out, which started our break. Cole outlet to Xavier Trent, who takes it all the way to the rim for a score. These early baskets for us were keeping us close throughout that first half when we weren't playing great. As you see here, another free basket for us, just rebounding an outlet and getting some easy baskets before their defense can set. And so we've done a really good job of that. We feel like that's something that that we can take with us into some of our games coming up tonight and into next week. Here you see Xavier Trent in the second half just establishing our presence in the paint, driving to the rim. They were having a tough time keeping us in front. And then we made a few defensive changes that led to a big run for us, as you see right here. Ian Malone with the steal in our half-court trap. That led to a fast break for Zachary Bates. And so our guys have done a really good job of mixing defenses, keeping the offense off balance. And that just got us going and allowed us to make a run. Got the rhythm going, as you see Xavier Trent hitting a three there, and then it becomes contagious. Zachary Bates backed that up with another three. And so we scored the ball well down the stretch when we needed to. As you see Ian Malone hitting a three on our baseline out of bounds set. And so, like I said, down the stretch of the game, we were able to make enough winning plays and score the basketball well enough to pull out a win against a very good South Beauregard High School basketball team. Caden, after the South Beauregard game on Saturday, we came back into district play against Comeaux High School, who may be one of the more talented teams in our district. They were coming to win against Southside from the previous game, and so we had our hands full Tuesday night. It was a big week for us. Comeaux Tuesday, and then upcoming on Friday. And so our guys did an excellent job getting themselves prepared And so we'll take a look at the highlights of this game. Mason Bowser, number 15, ended up getting a start for us in this game unexpectedly and just did a tremendous job fulfilling that role. And so we got off to a hot start against Comeaux. We scored the ball incredibly well in the first quarter against these guys. And you saw a couple of backdoor plays, and then Cole Navarre with a rip drive in there, and then a really athletic play by Zachary Bates going to the rim right there. And so we're very proud of the offensive start we got off to them. Here's a play where you see Mason Bowser stepping into a role for us where we knew he had the ability to shoot it. He had been shooting the ball very well in all the B games. Zay did a great job of getting him the basketball in good rhythm. And again, it becomes contagious. Ian Malone hits a big three off a set play for us. Moving to the second half, this possession here is one of our favorite possessions. You'll see the ball moving. It starts with Zay, gets a touch inside to Cole, and then draws all the defense and opens up a hot shooter at that particular point in the game in Ian Malone. And so, again, firing on all cylinders offensively in this game. Like I said, from the New Iberia game, we had some things we learned from that game. We had not been shooting the ball well, and to our players' credit, they did a great job getting in the gym, putting in work, and getting themselves ready for this game. Xavier Trent does what he typically does for us here, turns defense into offense, read the passing lane, and so as the second half went on, you saw us really pick up some defensive efforts that, again, led to some offensive play for us as well. Comeaux wouldn't go away, though. As well as we played, Comeaux played a very well-played game as well. You see Ian Malone making an athletic play to the rim. Comeaux made a run at us even after we had stretched a double-digit lead on them. And they have Division I level players on their team. And so, like I said, they didn't go away quietly. Made a great run at us, made for a very entertaining game. But again, our guys just made very big plays as this one, Xavier Trent moving to the rim there. Just made winning plays throughout the second half, even when Comeaux was making a run. And so, exciting game. We're going to take this momentum from this game and carry it with us into our next game against Barb tonight on Friday night. And so, really excited about that one. And this puts us at 4-2 in district play and overall 25-7 record. And we bump back up to the number 6 spot in the rankings after the win Tuesday night.
How has our freshman and JV teams been doing?
Our JV and freshman groups are doing really well. Our program is in very good hands for years to come. Coach Matt Labata has done a tremendous job with our freshman group. We measure success at that freshman level with, are we getting better every week, every day? And that's been very apparent to us as coaches and as the players as well. They have improved every week. They're getting better. They're winning ball games, but more important than that, they're getting better. Some of those guys are going to step into major JV or even varsity roles going into the summer and to next season. And so we're really excited about some of the guys we have coming up. They were able to make it to the championship game of the Freshman League tournament this past Saturday, and so they're doing very well. Our JV team, also in that same tournament, made it to the championship game of the JV tournament against Washington Marion. Same thing. We have guys on that JV team that are contributing very meaningful minutes for us in varsity right now. But more than that, what we're seeing in those JV games is we won't take that backwards next year. We have a tremendous senior class this year, but they're leaving a legacy. They're leaving behind an expectation of how the game played and things of that nature. And so we fully expect to continue to improve just as this senior class has done. And so we're very excited about that JV and freshman teams going into next season. Had a great year.
Thank you, Coach. Now let's meet the Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Our Scholar Athlete of the Week is Austin Babaz. Austin is in our gifted program here at Sulphur High School, which is an incredibly challenging course here in high school for us. And so, Austin, tell me a little bit about the gifted program.
It's just a smaller group of kids, and we come together with some great teachers, and we learn at a faster pace kind of, and just get to use our talents and get ahead of our peers kind of.
Yeah, you do have some great teachers in that program. In order for you to be challenged as much as you're challenged in this particular program and still maintain such a high GPA that you have, you've got to enjoy what you do. Tell me, what is your favorite class?
Probably biology too with Miss Fry. It's just a really interesting subject and a great teacher that makes it fun.
Good deal.
Yes, sir.
Well, Austin, you've done a great job representing our program. Do a great job in the classroom. We appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Next is the Teacher Spotlight of the Week. Kobe Doherty joins us. Who's the Teacher of the Week?
I'd say the Teacher of the Week for me is Skylar Seaford.
Even though I was not in an education program,
Because not only is she like a good teacher in the classroom and she's a very helpful teacher, she also does other activities like she's a cheer coach and she sets up the pep rallies, which is very good for the school.
Thank you. That was our time. Thanks for joining us. See y'all next time.